am a good old boy in a four-wheel drive truck.
Why do you ask so many questions?
Absolutely no video cameras are allowed.
This is how I'm feeling right now because I just was almost killed by a monster truck.
I mean, doesn't anybody want us to race?
I just shut it off. What dance for me, honey? I lost my brakes totally.
I love it when he beats Bigfoot.
You like what you're saying so far? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Last time on Eyewitness, we left Dan Patrick and the Hall brothers after a wild weekend in Ohio. Dan flipped Samson, but escaped without injury.
Did that scare you?
Nah,
What did it feel like?
I just upset myself.
Tim and Mark Hall, who felt like they were getting a raw deal from the judges, finally won a few.
That was a good race.
Next, we checked out Pikes Peak, Colorado, where we met Bigfoot's top driver, Dan Runty.
What do you think about the race today?
I think we're gonna win.
We're three video journalists who have been trekking around with monster truck drivers for 1 month now. Our next stop is Canfield, Ohio. We're hitching a ride with Dan Runty, Bigfoot's top driver. We've been through a lot with these guys, but an all-nighter in a semi brings the experience to a whole new level.
Whoops.
Any words you'd like to say before your journey begins?
I want to fly first class. Take me to the airport.
We are going all night. We're not stopping. And it's kind of cool. We're in the zone.
Get some coffee right now. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. We're in Kansas. And I want some coffee.
We're sitting here at this Cracker Barrel, and we both just got incredibly dizzy and feeling like we're losing our insides in a way.
We've been traveling enough that it's like wore me out, and I'm to the point where everything's closing down and my brain's shutting off, and it's just not working real well right at the minute.
Dan's off this weekend, and he's going to Canfield for fun. I think he's nuts.
Oh, man.
This is like a vacation weekend.
I'm sure somebody will find something for me to do.
Dan Patrick and I pulled into Canfield around 11 o'clock Thursday night. He's been on the road over a month and a half and just seems worn out. I think arriving the night before gives him a little peace and quiet.
That's how you get those big old arms. That's right. Yeah. They hang lower than they stick up. Uh-huh.
I've been hanging out with Tim and Mark Hall for the last month. I know they're looking forward to some competitive racing this weekend. Other people look at it as more of an entertainment kind of deal, just showmanship, but the Hall brothers look at this as they're professional racers.
I want the sport to progress more in a racing direction, and I want to get more respect from other forms of motorsports. But I think other people want to see it go more to the show part of it. There's merits with both of them.
Hi, yo, geezer.
As soon as Dan Runty and I got here, he introduced me to his friends, Pablo and Tina Huffinger, who drive the monster truck called Gravedigger. It's cool. They're the first married team I've met on this trip. Pablo and Tina look exhausted. They just drove 24 hours, non-stop from Texas.
It's been pretty busy. I think it's just a big test of our will and strength here. But the truck's all back together, and looking forward to getting through a good weekend. Get some makeup on, get my hair done, see if they've got me going. If I have a throwdown fit, if I lose my power.
Well, this one just burnt the damn cord up like it's wired backwards. Look at everybody run.
Your mom, your crew woman.
Mom, crew person, why? Just as I get started on a project and helping them out, then they yell, well, what's for dinner? All he did was asked me, what's for dinner? So I'm off to get him some pizza.
Tina's the first road wife I've met, and she strikes me as the June Cleaver of monster trucks.
Can I get these on 2 separate plates, please?
I mean, she does whatever she can to make Pablo's life easier. She even quit her job so they wouldn't be apart.
He's over here. Oh, thank you.
Save that oil, we'll put it in the motor.
Get your program here. There's Grave Digger, Dad.
This should be a good matchup right here. Grave Digger up against your hometown hero, Dan Patrick in Sampson.
So the difference between this next round is he's going to go out there and push as hard as he can push. I'm not. But I got no time to work on stuff, so it's kind of better to, you know, like you're saying, look at the bigger picture.
It's up, Dan Patrick Sampson. Grave Digger.
Great. It's all together and he won. Oh, okay.
Tina and Pablo just won that last race, but it looks like something's wrong. And the next race is only a few minutes away.
Black socket, impact sockets, 3/4, 5/8.
Okay, three quarters,
Yeah.
5/8.
What's going on?
I'm really not sure. He hasn't got into it completely, but right now he feels that he's broken the axle.
Go the other way.
This should be an easy fix. Greg, be in touch with us. He's got the rear end apart.
Okay.
It's a bearing problem,
Okay.
so he's trying to fix it. He said they're gonna stretch it.
So I feel really bad for Tina and Pablo right now because not only have they not slept in 2 days, Grave Digger is down and they won't be in the race for the rest of the night. Do you enjoy this?
Doing this? Yeah. Oh no, not really. I help him out, but there's other things I'd rather be doing. I'd much rather be out the movies or dancing.
Obviously, this isn't easy for Tina, but no one else is catching a break this weekend either. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's not pretty.
This is a brand new hose that's supposed to take a 10,000-pound spike, and they continually blow out.
It's almost 7 o'clock, and Pablo and Tina have been working on the truck ever since the show ended. Right now, Tina's trying to make the truck look clean so it looks nice in the pits, and Pablo is scrambling to get his truck back together so he can compete tonight. Busy day.
Oh yeah. All day today working. No, not much of a break.
Should I put the threaded end in there?
Damn, they're both.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Canfield Fairgrounds. Tonight, C106 presents the Monster Truck Thunder Drag.
It's about 5 minutes to the show, and they're still putting together Grave Digger. And they look like they have pieces everywhere. I don't know how they're going to get it together in 5 minutes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Our national anthem.
So the show's starting, and they're still working on the truck. They're delaying the show as much as they can, but I'm not sure how much longer they can hold out.
Let's go racing!
Dan's weekend seems to be going pretty smoothly. He's won a few races and everything's pretty copacetic so far.
It seems like you don't really have any competition here, though.
No, every one of these trucks are tough.
You think?
Oh, definitely. There's lots of competition here.
But it seems like everyone else's stuff is breaking down or something.
Well, we'll see.
Found out Dan's also having problems. He came back, he was towed, and everyone was gathering around taking out the transmission.
Take those 2 bolts off on the bedsides there, just spin that around.
Ow, that's still hot.
It's just been a bummer for everyone. Everyone has had truck problems.
Mark doing the freestyle there? Do you have any particular routine planned this evening?
We're going to try to do some pretty awesome donuts down here we think we can get away with.
Please welcome Mr. Mark Hall and the Executioner.
Mark Hall was just freestyling right now, and what happened was the steering hose in the back busted, and he had no control over the rear wheels.
This is a brand new hose that's supposed to take a 10,000-pound spike, and they continually blow out. They're just absolute garbage.
We had a killer program planned for them, and we couldn't do it, you know, and we like these fans, that's what's upset me so bad here, is this is a problem that keeps reoccurring with these hoses that they're assuring us it's not a hose quality problem, and I'm almost certain it is.
It's a pretty incredible night here. Every truck has had problems so far. You know, I don't know if it's coincidence or something supernatural at this point. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen Tim this pissed off, but it just seems that this is the night from hell.
After a grueling 24 hours, Tina and Pablo finally pull it together, only to be crippled once again, even worse than before.
I lost my brakes totally.
This has been a disastrous night. Tina and Pablo just got Gravedigger up and running, but it looks like the Halls and Dan Patrick are both out of commission for the night.
Dan, don't worry about that freestyle. Period. Okay, well, I just want to let you know.
Hey, how long before we do freestyle?
We're getting ready to go into it right away.
All right, okay, I'm going.
Pablo, be careful now. We've been fortunate to only have broken trucks.
It is time for a little freestyle with the Digger.
Jumped and went straight up and down like that, and then landed standing straight up. All the impact went on those bolts that hold that wheel on, just broke it off. This is not my weekend to rest. This is my weekend to work. Hey, I lost my brakes totally. There's one set of pads right there.
Across Extreme Drivers for John Bolduc, and thanks to all our
See, walk back that way and then that way and see if we can find the road.
Here I am again, gathering up parts with my basket.
And you're still smiling, Tina.
Oh yeah, he didn't turn it over. He's fine. That's all that matters.
It's been a terrible weekend. They got here with no sleep. The truck broke last night. They worked on it all day today. Finally got it running, and now this. But the irony of it all, they actually won the freestyle because of it.
There's the cake and the balloons for Tim and Dan. Maybe can you get Tim over to my trailer?
Sure.
And
head over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Here he is. Happy birthday
To you.
That's
Happy
what I
birthday
said.
to
I'm glad I
you.
didn't go up there.
Happy birthday, dear Dan and Tim.
Well, hell, let's eat it.
I guess when you're on the road over 200 days a year, everyone on the circuit is your surrogate family. I think after a month, that even includes us.
Why don't you wait till he got closer? Yeah, she needs one good. Oh, shit!
So what did you learn on this excursion? What did you learn from what you thought you were going to get into to what you actually did get into?
I definitely didn't think there was going to be as much depth. You know, I thought.
You thought it was good old boys and four-wheel drive trucks with big
Exactly,
tires. Yeah.
exactly.
That's the general consensus.
It isn't staged. There isn't somebody that's supposed to win. We're not taking dives to let someone win. We're all out here trying to do the best we can, and this whole industry's got a really exciting future.
So this is it. Our last monster truck show's over. And to top off the final leg of our odyssey, these guys have invited us home. I'm really excited to see what they do when they're not changing their 800-pound tires. Dan Patrick's finally home after a month and a half on the road, but the honeymoon isn't lasting very long.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. This can't be Mr. Sunshine every minute.
Now, where are we?
My shop.
This is Dan's first time home in over a month and a half. And even though he's used to this life, it's really taking a toll on him.
I'm home.
So how does it feel to be home?
Oh, good right now, but it'll change by noon tomorrow. It seems like people know when I get home. The phone just goes berserk. So why don't you just work out a big contract, and that way you can be my manager.
After spending time with Chris, Dan's wife, and his two daughters, Natalie and Allison, I can tell that they're used to him not being around, and I can tell that they would love to have him around more, but they know that this is just the way it has to be right now.
So what's it like having Dan home to go to games and stuff like this?
I like for him to be home because he misses so much. You know, he missed dance recitals, he missed piano recitals, he's missed both of her proms. So anyway, I thought we'd just take her back when we go to school in the morning.
Mom, you can't take him early. You're not allowed.
Hey, just lighten up and we'll just make it all happen.
Was it tough in the beginning, you know, people understanding what your lifestyle was like?
Well, even the family for a while, they didn't even truly understand what his occupation is.
I'm used to it, but it was hard when I was little. I used to cry and have bad dreams when Dad was gone. And always hated it, but I'm so used to it now. You want this?
No.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Seem to be in a pissy mood.
I am in a pissy mood. This can't be Mr. Sunshine every minute. She's not in a good mood, and I'm not in a good mood, so we'll be fine when I get back. Both need a little space.
I don't know, it's a tough situation to be in. I don't know if I could do it. If I was married, I think I would want my husband to be around. That's just me, though.
Tim and Mark Hall live on a quiet farm in Champaign, Illinois. When I got here, the last thing I expected was to bond with their parents.
Hi, Paul, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Kind of warmish.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, mercy, mercy.
How are things going today?
Oh, things are going pretty good. Can't complain. Doesn't do any good.
I'm gonna go fishing with Jack Hall this morning. At least I hope so. Jack, you think it's possible we get some fishing in today, or?
Yeah, whenever you want to go. I was ready at 5 o'clock.
Hog wild, catfish, dip bait. Not for human consumption. What's this?
That's strawberry flavored sweet corn.
Oh, wow.
From Italy. We got worms in here, but we got to dig them out because them worms will all be down in the bottom, I would imagine. We got a lot of allergy in here. Man, look at that shit. Look at the allergy in there. I just take the worm like this, take it in and stick it in like that.
How long do you think Tim and Mark are going to be doing this for a living? Do you think it's something they'll be doing for years from now?
I don't know. I don't think Tim would ever quit it. You know.
I think, yeah, Tim loves it. You know, he honestly does. He has
Yeah.
a good
Oh,
time
yeah.
with it.
Oh, there's no doubt he loves it.
Yeah,
I mean, Mark likes, don't get me wrong, Mark loves doing it. But the difference between Mark and Tim, that he breathes and everything about him is racing. I got him this time, I think. I got him.
He's just toying with it. Is that a catfish?
Yeah, probably. Oh,
yeah, you sure
this
could.
sucker might be big.
There could be a fish in there. You know what? I think it's quite possible you have a fish in there.
I
Just don't know. You don't think so?
No, I don't know. I never caught one like that before.
That looks like a sea monster. You know, if you hold that up and get a great shot of you with your catch. You know, I'm gonna miss these people. They're really great. You rarely find people that you really, you know, think are genuine and you trust, you know, and all this sounds hokey and cheesy, but I'm dead serious about it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Happy birthday, Tim.
I can't believe it's all over. Hanging out with monster truck drivers turned into much more than I expected. When you travel on a highway, normally you see lots of people driving and you never think, what are they thinking? What do they do for a living? And it was just amazing to actually jump out of my world and to jump into somebody else's, to see it from a different perspective. Even so, I'm glad to be going home.